An uneasy feeling as night... You swing yourself up the trunk and then pull up your baggage after you. You're prepared to sleep in a tree like a bird if it means escaping the orcs' attentions. You sling your rope twice around your stomach and the trunk of the tree to stop you from falling accidentally. You close your eyes and dream. You see North Pass and smell the fresh, icy wind that sweeps over the peaks of Great Blade and Dragon's Tongue. But the harmony is interrupted by the hideous roar of an unending flood of orcs throwing itself unceasingly against the fortification. You smell the disgusting green blood of the orcs and taste the rancid fat of their armor on your tongue. The bitter taste becomes stronger until it's unbearable and wrenches you out of your dream. You open your eyes and are surprised at the brightness.
I am Sinthras of Son Balsor. My master, Nod On the Doublefold, ruler of the perished land, has elected you, the lords of Taboribor, to be the sword that conquers the south.
You mean you want us to put our necks on the line and be killed by some magus?
Lord Yonan and the others will be taken care of. Your task is to create a diversion in the south until my master's plan succeeds.
And which of us is the leader?
The one that conquers the most land.
So Kragnar will be the new Grand Lord.
He glares at Ushnots and Bashkug.
The Kragnar shore tribe will conquer the most land.
Never! We will overwhelm the cities of the Red Bloods quicker than you can suck the marrow from a bone.
We shall see.
You can't believe what you're hearing. If the beasts of Tion ride into battle together, catastrophic cycles lie ahead for Girdlegard. The night in the oak tree was the worst of your life. You spent every single moment afraid that you'd be found and savaged by the orcs. But as the first rays of sun broke through the treetops, the orcs abandoned their camp and left without discovering you.
Better safe than sorry.
Your eyes scan the deserted camp, and you listen carefully for any noise. But you don't see or hear anything suspicious. Your eyes survey the foul aftermath of the orc's presence. You don't feel any urge to stick your nose too deeply into the mixture of ripped clothes, leftover food, and feces.
This is the place. I knew it was here. Come on then, find that stupid necklace. Hey, Fuskar! In front of you! A grounding! Perfect for a spotted breakfast.
You know that you're no warrior, but you want to face the orcs as a child of the Divine Smith. Perhaps you'll manage to kill at least one of them, so as not to appear so undwarven in Varacus's eyes.
I'll give you something to chew on. Varacus made us of stone.
Oink, oink, little piggies! By Barrowin's beard, how did you manage to lose your weapon? Go and get it, and this time, hold it tight. Hey, that one was mine. You're just too slow, dear brother. Too slow? Just wait. Yeah! What is it? Pow! Another one bites the dust. What is it?
Huh?
Yeah! On my way! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah!
I need help over here, quickly.
As good as done. Too
I need help
easy.
over here, quickly.
Yes? He hardly put up a fight. Ow! Hey! Pow! Another one bites the dust.
I can't aim like she did. Yes?
Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard. What is it? You hardly put up a fight.
They're hitting me pretty hard. I need help over here, quickly. Kill.
Boenda, give me a hand. Too easy. I just need Pow! Another one bites the dust. On my way. Yes.
They're hitting me pretty hard. Huh?
I didn't hit you very hard. Too easy. Pow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah! Too easy. Pow!
They're hitting me pretty hard.
The dust. Too easy. Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah! As good as done.
I need help over here, quickly. And again.
Yeah! All right. What is it?
Huh?
Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Too easy. Pow! Another one bites the dust. Oink oink. That's all. No more orcs. Well fought, young friend. Do you happen to be tongued ill? Well fought? But he fought like a... Boindale, what do you expect? He grew up amongst the humans.
Who are you, and how do you know my name?
My name is Boindale Hookhand, of the clan of the Swinging Axes. This is my brother, Boindale Doubleblade. We've been sent to find you. Call me Ironheart. Are there any more piggy snouts around here?
You turned up at just the right moment. But are you sure it's me you're looking for?
The High King Gundrabur sent us to fetch you and bring you to Ogre's death in the Secondling realm in the south.
So he received the letter from my master? And am I a secondling?
Well, something like that, I guess.
There was a meeting last night. The Elfar serve a certain Nod-On who calls himself Lord of the Perish Land. They have enlisted 3 orc hordes to cause unrest in the south.
Did you hear that, Boindale? Peggy snouts! The Elfar from Son Balzur and the orcs from Taboribor are working together?
And could ally with the orcs from the Perish Land.
The twins look at you solemnly. You all know what that would mean for the people of Girdlegard.
We've got to...
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. But it's our duty to get you to the Ogre's Death Fortress in one piece.
I thought the duty of dwarves was to protect the innocent in Girdlegard.
Lot Yonan and King Broron will take care of the orcs. We 3 must be careful. You're not exactly a warrior. But he has broad shoulders and broad hands. There's hope for him yet. So when you've got the chance to split a few orc skulls, you should take it.
I would be happy to follow you into the realm of the Secondlings. In truth, there is nothing I would rather do. But first, I must travel to Blacksaddle and return some things to a former famulus of Lot Yonan.
Blacksaddle isn't exactly on our way.
It's on my way. We can head south as soon as I've carried out Lot Yonan's orders.
Well, he's certainly got the stubbornness of a dwarf. Perhaps we'll be able to make a real dwarf of him on the way. All right, we'll accompany you. The sooner we find that famulus, the quicker we can get back to the mountains.
I'll have to send Lot Yonan a message by carrier pigeon on the way. And if we happen to stumble upon a couple of orcs...
I like you, but we'll have to find you another name. Bolafar. It's about as good as Lipsmith, Paddletoss, or Blufflegrump. It is stupid, senseless, and definitely not a name of honor. What are you good at?
I'm good at reading.
Reading? You're a scholar?
You and the twins approach Goodwater. A huge army of orcs has surrounded the village on 3 sides. You see smoke and fire and hear the battle cries. The village is holding out, but for how long?
Oh, now it's getting exciting. Archers in front of them, 3 dwarves behind. I wouldn't like to be in their shoes. On my way! I am Bonda! Give me a hand! Huh? Yes? Yes? Huh? Huh? Vile creature! He cheated! Oh, he didn't hit me very hard!
I can't do that yet.
And again! Pow! Another one bites the dust!
I need help over here, quickly. They're hitting me pretty hard.
Yes?
Vile creature. Yes. Kill. I need help over here, quickly.
All right, creature. As good as done. And again. All right.
That needs help
How
over
many
here,
more of them are there?
Kill.
As good as done. Too easy.
And again.
All right. Yeah. As good as done. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Too easy. you see that, men? Now they are warriors. Hey, you down there. I'll send you some reinforcements. Let's stick it to those runts.
All right, then. Stay close to us.
I need help over here. Too easy. I didn't hit you very hard.
Please wait a moment.
Yes?
Others will take my place.
I'll be ready soon. Too easy. I didn't hit you very hard. What is it? What is it? Yes. I have bones off. Give me a hand. And what now? Ow! Another one bites the dust. Too easy. I didn't hit you very hard. Give me a hand. Ow! Another one bites the dust.
Yes?
I didn't hit you very hard. I just need... I do. I could do with your axes over here. Yes?
Huh?
As good as done. What is it?
On my way.
Damn it! How many more of them are there? Huh? What?
I need help over here. Quickly. Huh?
Vile creature! Killed! Did you see that, men? Now they are warriors! Hey, you down...
All right, then. Stay close.
Vile creature! And again!
They're hitting me pretty hard.
Vile creature! Vile creature!
hitting me pretty hard! I need help over here, quickly! Yeah! They're hitting me pretty hard!
The orcs' fighting spirit lessens with every fallen comrade. After Kragnar's death, they finally attempt to flee the battlefield. Very few escape the mercenaries' arrows. The leader of the mercenaries approaches you, surrounded by his soldiers. His expression is one of recognition, caution, perhaps even awe.
You're the groundling... dwarf that was here a few nights ago. I got you all wrong. Thank you for your help.
A young mercenary runs towards you. He has something in his hands that he clearly wants to get rid of quickly.
Commander, we found this on their leader. It feels strange.
The commander looks at the amulet in the man's hand and makes no suggestion that he plans to touch it himself. You take your opportunity.
May I?
You take the amulet and can feel a tingling on your skin. It is clearly magical.
Keep it as a sign of our gratitude.
The commander bids you farewell with a short nod and moves away. It would seem he thinks he's made a good deal. The farmstead has been plundered, ravaged, and part set on fire. But not all of the buildings are destroyed. You call out. You split up and there are no signs. As you near Calmstead, you see that the surrounding fields are in flames. The sound of fighting reaches your ears. You hear the screams of the villagers and the roar of the orcs.
Yes?
Help! Let us out!
There are still people in the houses!
Let's get them out of there, and quickly.
What is it? He hardly put up a fight. Yes?
Huh?
Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. I didn't hit you very hard. Yeah! Who's next?
Yes?
Yeah!
I can't do that yet.
He hardly put up a fight. Yeah! Another one bites the dust. bites the dust. And what now? Who's next? Huh? And go! Hey! Too easy! What is it? What is it?
Yes?
Huh? Oh, you didn't hit you very hard! Yeah! What is it? What is it?
Yes?
Yeah! Huh? He hardly put up a fight. Another one bites the dust. I have bow and dog. Give me a hand. Yeah! And what now? Who's next? Too easy.
Yes?
Killed, huh? What is it? Yes? Huh? Who's next?
Huh?
What is it?
Huh?
On my way! Yeah! Huh? Yes!
Huh?
As good as done! Yeah! Too easy! Ha ha! And what now? Who's next?
Yes?
Yeah! Oh, he didn't hit you very hard!
Uh-huh.
What is it? Yes? Ha ha!
Huh?
Yeah! And what now? He hardly put up a fight. Who's next? And another one bites the dust.
Understood.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
As soon as the last orc is killed, you and the twins free the remaining villagers.
It would seem the stories are true. Dwarves really are the best orc killers. We don't have much that we can offer you. Maybe we can rustle up some food.
Thank you. We gladly accept the food. It'll help us on our journey.
You say goodbye and continue on your way. You see a light through the trees some way from the path. It inevitably...
Thinking about it, they do deserve it.
Boindil grins widely, and before Boandal can stop him, he stomps off. You lie awake in your camp and think about the woodcutter's roast that you had for dinner. The rabbit was the best thing you've eaten in a long time. It tasted of victory. Several wagons full of building materials pass you by on the way to Goodwater. The village's fortifications still...
There they are, the dwarves! Goodwater's saviours! Come in! I could get used to this!
By the evening campfire, Boindil rummages around in his rucksack and pulls out a cheese wrapped in a cloth. The smell...
Oh!
You pull... Axeldale is shrouded in an eerie silence as you approach. There's not a single fishing boat on the river, and many of the houses are now just burnt-out ruins.
The big-nosed beasts have made a grim job of it. Seems they don't like fish.
Boandal gives his brother a reproachful look. There are dead bodies everywhere, but it seems to you that there should be more of them. For a brief moment, you hope that the village... Boandal lays a hand on your shoulder. Clute Meadow is recovering from a recent battle. Green-skinned corpses are being incinerated on dozens of pyres. Some of the buildings were damaged, but repair work is already in full swing. You hear some villagers talking about the attack. It would seem that King Tilligorn's cavalry had protected the settlement and destroyed the army of orcs. But the cavalry have already returned to the capital, Talborough. You near Talborough, the capital city of Idislane, which nestles in a valley on the edge of the Misty Vale. In the city you hear that King Tilligorn and his cavalry have returned. You head to the parade grounds, where you see a broad-shouldered man, about 40 years old, inspecting a group of soldiers.
You are King Tilligorn, Lord of Idislane, aren't you? I have seen your portrait in books.
The tall man sounds you out, not unfriendly, but vigilant.
You are correct, my friend. This is the first time I have met an educated dwarf.
And it's the first time that I've met a king.
You reply, quick-wittedly, yet truthful. The king cannot help himself but smile.
You are clever and good with words. A sharp tongue is sometimes more valuable than a sharp axe in this world, and more dangerous.
We were in Goodwater. The orcs were already there, but we were able to defeat them.
The king sighs with relief, and it seems as though a heavy burden has fallen from his shoulders.
Thank Palandir. We would never have made it on time. We rode for 4 days and 4 nights to get thus far. I didn't want to stop, but the horses needed rest, and we had to take the wounded to the capital after the orcs' onslaught.
Tilligorn takes a deep breath in, then breathes out calmly.
The good news is certainly welcome. Axeldale has fallen, but Clute Meadow and Goodwater are saved. Thank you very much, my friends. We have renewed grounds for hope.
colourful trader's wagon drawn by 2 stocky horses is coming towards you. A small man is sitting on the box seat, and as soon as he sees you, the wagon slows down. As it draws to a stop next to you, you realise...
Greetings, Greetings.
Wayfarer.
Then
Maud.
My kingdom.
At your...
You two must be secondlings, right?
As you yourself...
Where are you headed?
To Clint.
After...
That is...
I grew up with Magus Lot Yonan in Yonendar.
I rarely leave this area. People...
Mort.
We must press...
Mort smiled.
You shouldn't be so trusting. He's an out.
The twin. You arrive at a small, bustling village. One thing is clearly missing from the lively scene. The sound of metal on metal from the village. A dour, grim-looking man is sitting in front of the forge, with his right arm in a sling. The man...
I'll help you. I worked...
A little later, you are standing in the workshop, examining the... You weren't able to persuade the twins to help you. As Warren... Hours later, you have forgotten...
Wait, I'm talking to you. Can you do...
With the forge hammer in your hand, you expect the man to fly off the handle. But you feel even more uneasy when he asks you quietly and very...
I'm sorry. Too much...
You got a nerve, you little rat.
The man moves menacingly close.
Not here.
The angry mercenary glares briefly at his leader before stomping out of the forge.
I thank you for your help.
The men join a larger group of horsemen, more than a dozen, outside.
Not here in the village. Go. Search the road between here and Clintal again.
The other mercenaries nod and the group rides off. You tell the twins about your encounter, and they decide to be especially vigilant over the next. The hamlet of Sungird certainly lives up to its name. You arrive as the sun sets behind the tower of a Palandial temple, lighting up its stained glass. There's a shop in the village. A small bell rings as you enter the shop. The twins look around, but seem rather disinterested, until they discover a couple of gemstones. You stroll towards the bookshelf.
Oh, by Fracas, look, dear brother! The scholar really is looking at books!
It's an interesting selection, Boindle. I could make some recommendations for you.
Boindle throws his arm around your shoulder and pulls you slowly away from the bookshelf.
What if someone sees you? Here, this is more our kind of thing.
You follow him reluctantly. Boindle is walking next to you in silence. Now and then he looks at you from the side.
And you really do like books?
Yeah, I'm curious. And you can find many answers in books.
Won't you have found all the answers at some point?
Quite the contrary. The more books you read, the more questions you ask.
Ah, I knew it. Oh, just a waste of time.
The closer you get to Parista, the livelier the streets become. Many of the large buildings its dome gleams white in the sun. You reach the council's palace, but are stopped in front of its gates by a guard.
The Council of Magi is convened to take care of the parish land. They mustn't be disturbed.
The parish land? You mean the barrier? Is there something wrong with it?
The guard shrugs his shoulders.
Won't be anything the council can't sort out.
You see a camp with a wagon and two people. You don't want to give them a shock, so the two traders look up and visibly jump when they see you three dwarves.
Ah, hello. Yes, of course.
It doesn't escape your attention that you seem to be causing the traders some uneasiness, but you take up their offer and sit down. The twins follow your example.
We're only travellers. We're looking for someone who's said to live on Blacksaddle. A hermit.
Someone who lives here?
The traders exchange amazed looks.
If they live here, they must be mad.
Normally we wouldn't stop and rest here, but the horses are too exhausted. Our departure from Parista was delayed, and we must have driven them too hard.
Why does Blacksaddle make you feel uneasy? It doesn't look particularly inviting, but it's only a mountain.
Only a mountain? You don't know the legend.
The trader looks at you and the twins for affirmation, but you all shake your heads.
Blacksaddle was once known as Cloudpiercer, and it towered up into the heavens, the upper slopes of pure gold and the summit covered in snow. The humans wanted to attain this wealth, but the smooth slopes and the dazzling summit made the climb impossible. They called on the Dwarves to help them. They were able to tunnel up through Cloudpiercer to the top, but they hollowed it out and carried away the gold. The humans demanded that the treasure be shared, but the Dwarves refused, and as they argued, the mountain began to tremble. There were too many holes inside for it to hold together. It collapsed and buried both greedy parties underneath it. The mountain lost its tremendous size and its beauty, and ever since has haunted both humans and dwarves with its erosive hatred, causing even the rocks to turn black over time.
Never heard of it. Sounds like human tittle-tattle. Dwarves would never hollow out a mountain so much that it collapses.
You come from Parista?
No news to speak.
You know.
Oh, nothing really.
Merely looks ill, apparently.
Later in the night, after eating together and some friends, it's a night in which you walk through the ruins of Scalebrook. You can see the bodies of a middle-aged man and woman holding their children in their arms inside one of the larger houses. The parents had obviously tried to shield the children with their own bodies, but were unable to protect them from the orcs' clubs and swords. There are dead orcs lying in the defensive trenches and strewn over the meadows in front of the city. Some of the locals are busy throwing the bodies on pyres, while others repair the minor damage done to the city wall. You enter the city and the garrison at its centre without being spoken to. It is only when you reach a heavy oak door that leads, you assume, to the commanding officer's headquarters, that you are halted by a guard.
Dwarves, eh? Seems we aren't to be spared anything these days. What do you want?
It looks like you've got an orc problem.
Had. Our scouts detected the army early on, and we were able to repel them without any great losses. A small army of orcs like that couldn't breach our mighty walls.
Your mighty walls look like they're about to collapse under their own weight.
The soldier isn't intimidated by Boindil. He juts his chin out confidently.
At least they stopped the orcs, unlike your dwarven walls in the north.
I didn't know that Steepleton was so big. Impressive place.
We have fertile meadows. Now we have a...
You said you had messengers here. I'd like to send a carrier pigeon to Lot Yonin in Yonendar.
Lot Yonin in Yonendar. No problem. It will cost you 90 gold pieces.
If the carrier pigeon delivers my message safely to Lot Yonin, then it's worth its weight in gold.
Then I'll send for a scribe. You can dictate your message and
thank you, but I can write it myself. Paper and ink will be sufficient.
The guard nods. You don't blame him for thinking you are illiterate. Very few ordinary folk can read or write. Once you've been given the writing implements, you write down a summary of what happened at the meeting of the Alf and the Orcs.
I must speak with your commander.
Commander Valor doesn't have time. He's still very busy dealing with the aftermath of the orc attack.
Commander Valor is dealing with the orc problem, and I have important information concerning it. I witnessed a meeting of the orc lords.
The guard eyes you with interest and tries to judge whether you can be trusted. Finally, he stands up, opens a door, and enters the room ahead of you. The commander looks up from his work. The guard repeats what you told him.
Your information about the orcs could be useful. We have fought them back, but not yet defeated them. Come in.
The commander listens attentively, and now and then asks questions, as you tell him about the 3 orc armies, and the meeting of the chieftains with the Alf Sintheras.
This sounds very grave. I will send out messengers. We must be prepared.
We were unable to stop the horde of orcs. They destroyed the village of Scalebrook and then scattered to the 4 winds.
The commander's serious and weary expression darkens even more.
I see. I thank you for trying.
The orc army that attacked...
What was left of it? They headed south. Unfortunately, I can't send it...
To the south? Towards Scalebrook, perhaps. We defeated an army of orcs down there. It wasn't an easy fight, but they'd already taken a bit of a beating. By Steepleton's soldiers, I assume.
The commander looks at you and seems torn for a moment. Then he pulls himself together.
Perhaps you didn't know, but the administration had a bounty on the heads of that horde of orcs. Here, this gold is well deserved.
We must press on. Farewell, Commander Valor.
Kill as many orcs as you can, dwarves. Palandir will be with you.
You arrive at a crossroads with a tavern on the... You enter the tavern with a determined stride and are greeted by a thick wall of pipe smoke. The dozen or so drinkers at the tables turn towards you, then give each other astonished and slightly worried looks. In the tavern there are half a dozen people sitting at the tables, and just as many at the bar, clearly farmers and labourers from the surrounding villages. Boindale pays no attention to the other guests and trudges over to a table. Together with his brother, you follow him and sit down. The landlord comes out from behind the bar.
What can I get you?
You hear surly muttering from one of the tables.
What are groundlings doing showing their faces here, now of all times?
You turn to the guest who'd muttered something about groundlings.
And why is it so strange that we're here?
The man glances up briefly and then stares drunkenly at his tankard and mutters with a slur,
Don't play the innocent.
I was not at the Stone Gateway, and I don't know what happened. But you can be sure of one thing. Dwarves would never cooperate with orcs. We kill them no sooner than we say them, or my name isn't Boindale Doubleblade.
The drunkard and his neighbour are given a start. They mumble an apology and turn their attention to the beer in front of them. You stand up and turn to the room.
This round's on me.
The faces of the guests and the landlord brighten up immediately. The landlord gets to work pulling everyone a beer and handing out the tankards. Some of the guests say cheers to you as they get their drinks.
Did two travellers pass this way? One was a famulus, the other a mercenary.
The landlord shakes his head indifferently and mumbles something incoherently. One of the guests is about to say something, but shuts up when the person next to him gives him a poke.
Come on now, tell us what happened. We're all friends here.
The man who was going to speak the first time round looks over to his neighbour, who nods.
Two travellers spent the night here. One had a robe on, the other was a mercenary. The next day they left, all in a hurry. Said they'd been attacked by an elf.
One of the other drinkers finds his voice too.
There was a hell of a lot of noise that night. As if there'd been a dust-up.
You left some gold here for the trouble. I thought they meant the noise, but then I noticed the broken window.
The landlord sighs.
Please, don't tell anyone else about this. Who would want to spend a night in a tavern where an elf has been sighted?
We're tired and long for a proper bed.
Of course, gentlemen.
You spend a restful night in the tavern. After a march through the thick pine forest, Black Saddle, the sinister tabletop mountain, and your journey's destination rises up before you.
Are you sure that the famulus lives here?
Yes, according to Lot Yonan.
Although you try to put a lot of assurance into your voice, you too see no signs that anyone lives here.
No castle, no tunnel, no camp. There's nothing here but mountain.
Then we'll have to take a closer look.
You do that, scholar. We'll be waiting for you here.
You think about objecting, but it would just be a waste of breath.
Even the dark, evergreen forest seems to be afraid of the Black Mountain. An old tree. Looks like it could fall down at any moment. There we go. Too steep. I can't get a grip anywhere. I should be able to get up here. Phew. That was close. I hope this is all worth it. Definitely a rock face. There's something engraved on it.
You realize with surprise that they are runes in the Dwarven language.
Built with the blood of our enemies, be unyielding as the rock, and soak the land in their blood. Huh? Hello? Master Garen? Lot Yonan sent me to bring some items back to you. My inquiries are almost at an end. That means I can finally go to be with my sunshine. I have never been to Greenglade, but I think I will like it there. I deposited my most valuable things in the grave of Horengarth before my departure and secured it with magic. The password is...
You recognize the following words as rune names, but they're written in the learned language, so you don't know which they are.
Greenglade. Oh, great. Useful. An eternal flame. I know who taught him that.
You see sketches and notes on the architectural features, statues and wall reliefs. It seems Garen spent a lot of time studying this place.
Maybe he's kind of a dwarf historian, or maybe he's just a treasure hunter. Hello? Is anyone there?
It looks as though Garen lived in the fortress for a while. It also seems that he left several lunar orbits ago.
He's not stealing. It would just be a shame if the provisions went off.
A series of weapons that are all clearly of dwarven origin. The spider webs and rust suggest they have been here for quite a while, maybe even centuries. You have difficulty deciphering the scrawl.
Throw the firstlings in the forge. Beat... Earthlings, the fortress belongs to the Dwarf haters. Norimber's dwarves are not only as unyielding as a mountain, they are also as destructive as an avalanche, and would batter into lesser kingdoms just as relentlessly. The four should find no salvation in Vracus, only eternal damnation, so that they suffer indescribable torment between the worlds.
You have heard of the dwarf haters, that this is the first time you have read their hateful words. You feel sick and turn away.
Born of stone, forged in battle.
You're not sure if you really want to know what...
Sarcophagus. A rune. Clearly magical. That's it. Goren's most valuable belongings. Letters from his lover, a silk scarf that must have belonged to her, and a medallion. Goren is in Greenglade to visit... Lorimber, the progenitor of the Thirdlings.
In most of the chronicles about the 5 dwarfen kingdoms, only very little is written about the Thirdlings, and what is written is full of disgust. They are called traitors, or worse. It would seem that even the Thirdlings worship Vracus, but in all the other kingdoms his shrine would be the biggest, not the statue of the kingdom's progenitor. A couple of gold coins are in the bowl in front of the shrine.
Can't do any harm. Graves. Could be buried here. Here's a...
So, Scholar, what are the results of your inquiries?
There is an abandoned fortress in the mountain, and I think it belonged to the Thirdlings.
Boindale's eyes narrow.
The blasted dwarf killers!
A Thirdling fortress? Here? In the middle of Girdlegard? We must let High King Gundrabur know about this.
The fortress has been long abandoned by the looks of it. Anyway, I can't go to Ogre's death until I have completed my quest. Goren is in Greenglade.
Huh.
A Thirdling fortress? Here, in the heart of Girdlegard. That's strange, isn't it?
And worrying. But they've always been wily. They move in the shadows and kill there too if they can. Do you know their story?
I've read about it. Lorimber, their progenitor, rejected the name that Vracus gave him, who in turn did not give him any special talent, so his kingdom studied war.
It helps them defending the East. But it also meant they ended up confronting the other kingdoms. No dwarf would ever even think of injuring one of his kind, never mind killing them. But the dwarf killers are proud of it. When they were even more powerful, they wanted to become the rulers of all dwarves. They are envious of our skills. They haven't been heard of for a long time, but you can be sure there isn't a single dwarf alive who doesn't hate them.
The High King? Why do you want to bring me to him?
All right then. It's about the choice of the new High King. Gandagar, the king of the Fourthlings, is with his entourage in Ogre's death and is supposed to ascend the throne.
But our acting High King Gundrabur wants to prevent that from happening. He fears that Gandagar wishes to instigate a war against the elves.
But what have I got to do with that?
Boindil is about to say something, but is silenced by a nudge in the side from his brother.
High King Gundrabur will explain everything when the time comes.
You look distrustfully from one twin to the other. Boindil has donned an innocent expression, and Boendal doesn't give you the impression that he has anything else to say on the matter.
What does this King
Dwarves and elves just don't get along. Brachus and Satalia made us that.
I know that, but going to war for just that, after all this time?
Well, there must be more behind it. They say that the king of the Fourthlings is full of hatred, and is a hothead in this matter.
Whatever, your High King must wait. I have a quest to carry out in Greenglade.
But our quest is...
Boindil raises a placatory hand and throws his rucksack onto his back in preparation.
Let it be, dear brother. Look at him. He has made his decision, and you will not be able to change his stubborn dwarven mind.
You can't help but smile. While taking a rest, you see a cart trundling along the road not far away from you. A young couple are sitting on the box seat. Clearly, the sight reminds...
Very? No.
And,
in our king, it only... some of them...
Once again, your journey... The hamlet of Sun... There's a shop... A small... You approach the village.
By Brachus.
The piggies have really shown those pointy ears. We couldn't have done it any better.
Stay alert. I want to find out what happened to Garen.
The elf maiden's graceful snow-white face still radiates beauty, in terrible contrast to the rest of her appearance. From the neck...
Hoofprints! Burned into the ground! Oh, fire!
The fire in Boindill's eyes flares up with delight.
Huzzah! That would make a change from those...
Green Glade was one of the few places in Girdlegard where humans and elves live together. You don't see any elven features among all the faces contorted with pain and fear. You look away. You have read about the elves. The hand that painted
This pic... This is...
the smell of the... The body of the man is riddled with arrows, and the robe...
Goren had... Greetings, Toad. I think... What demon...
You destroyed my painting. Now I need fresh blood to paint a new one.
Huzzah! This will be fun! We finally get...
I hope your blood doesn't clot too much. It has to be nice and...
Ha!
Oh!
What? That's... impossible. Greenglade is south of the barrier.
I know of nothing else that can resurrect the dead.
Yes? What is it? Too easy! And again! All right, yes! What is it? Ow! Another one bites the dust! I need help over here! Too easy! It can't end like this! As good as done! Ha ha! I didn't hit you very hard! What is it? And again! Kill! Another one bites the dust! And again! Who's next? Vile creature! And again! What is it? Huh? put up a fight! Who's next? Kill! Oh, he didn't hit you very hard! Vile creature! Kill! Too easy! Ha ha! And again! Kill! Oh, he didn't hit you very hard! Vile creature! On my way! He cheated! All right. Of course. Huh? A fight. Yes. Who's next? Kill. He ought to put up a fight. All right. And again. Who's next? Kill. Huh? He hardly put up a fight. Another one bites that creature. Ow! As good as any. And again. Kill. Too easy. What is it? Yes? All right. He hardly put up a fight. On my way. As good as... What is it? Others will take my place. Yes? What is it? Who's next? very hard! What is it? And what now? Hardly put up with your axes over here! Yeah! Who's next? All right. Huh? Huh? Too easy. And he's out over here. Another one bites the dust. What is it? And again. He hardly put up a creature. Killed. Now. Too easy. As good as done. And again. All right, yes. Yeah. Killed. Pow! Another one bites the dust. He hardly put up a fight. Vile creature. Please wait a moment. Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard. And again. Killed. On my way. Yeah! Who's next? Ha ha!
Dwarves? The perished land.
You can feel your stomach cramping. Unlike Boindale, you can't say a word.
So this is what it is like to rise from the dead.
Without even being able to look into her eyes, you recognize the sadness in the elf maiden's expression. The dignity that she must once have radiated can only be imagined.
Garen was here.
I felt her.
With the
Your stomach turns, but you've never seen the twins looking so serious.
We must go to Lot-Yonan before the perished land spreads further. He will know what is to be done.
Neither of your companions objects.
I can't believe it. How could it help?
You Every evening since you left Greenglen, however, the hamlet, there's a shop, a small just like previous, you're about to. You don't have much experience. You feverishly, you tense your... You look over. You reach the guard looks around nervously.
Lightning bolts. A couple of days ago. Not like in a storm, but in all the colours of the rainbow. On the next day, we were told that the Magi had all departed again, and Master Nudin was not...
The report of lightning bolts doesn't particularly worry you. On the contrary. If the Magi have travelled back to their kingdoms, it can only mean that they were able to... Boindale unwraps his dwarf. You choose... Once again, you walk to the nearest empty table with the twins in. Despite
So we meet...
You say goodbye.
Why are the Maguses?
It's... No.
When you talk to...
I cannot.
No, you can't.
Who the hell built this tunnel?
Bowendahl examines the crumbling roof with a mixture of disbelief.
Be quiet.
Is that such a good idea? What if we give your man...
It is unusual.
That's no... Only...
Oh,
Tungdo, have you...
No, not...
Lumps of meat rise up and appear on the brown, bubbling surface. The cradle's empty. Your stomach tightens. You refuse to believe it, but you can't help thinking of the soup. You look around the workshop with growing panic.
A couple of weeks ago, this anvil was... What happened here? Speak!
Ah, another one.
Don't even think of using magic.
What happened here?
For a while, the famulus seems to be playing with the idea.
A school full of magi destroyed without any signs of struggle? Lies.
The facts seem stacked against it.
Lot Yonan's famuli were already in Parista. There were only novices left. We made easy work of them. The Elfars.
In your mind's eye, you see a...
Lot Yonan.
Nodon killed him. He killed all of them in Parista. There's no one left in Girdlegard who can take on the last Magus.
You're saying that someone took on all 6 of the magi?
Far.
And I see...
Why are you...
Look.
What does your...
I don't...
I've had enough.
Blah, blah.
I'm not... Orcs!
Yes! Kill him! Yes! Fire creature! Yeah! Who's next? What is it? What is it? Ow! Another one bites the dust! And again! I didn't hit you very hard! Yeah! Kelly didn't hit you very hard. Yes? And what now? Vile creature. They're hitting him pretty hard. I need help over here. Quickly, Archie. Put out a fighter. Too easy.
I need help over here. Quickly.
On my way.
He hardly put up a fight. Huh? They're hitting me pretty hard. I need help over here. Quickly.
What is it?
Huh? There are too many of them. The side door in the workshop. It's our only chance.
All right.
Of course.
Ow! Ow! Bite the dust.
Of course.
Too easy!
I just need a little...
Always go! Yeah! Yes! Kill! Creature! I didn't hit you very hard!
And again!
The pillars! We could knock some of them down and bury those runts!
Yeah!
Huh?
Another one bites the dust. Yes?
Yes?
I didn't hit you very hard. Too easy. I didn't hit you very hard. Wild creature. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard. Wild creature. Another one bites the dust. Who's next? And again. What is it? And what now? Yeah! There are too many of them.
The side door in the workshop. It's our only chance.
He hardly put up a fight. On my way.
Forward, Dog. Give me a hand. They're hitting me pretty hard. I need help over here.
All right. Of course. Yeah. Yes. What is it? Too easy.
Yes?
He hardly put up a fight. I didn't hit you very hard. Huh? Wild creature. Who's next? Ow! Hey! Too easy! I didn't hit you very hard! Who's next? Too easy! Another one bites the dust. Huh? He cheated. I didn't hit you very hard. What is it? What is it?
Yes?
Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah! Yes? The pillars! We could knock some... And what now? Too easy! Yeah! Huh?
Huh? Yes?
Pow!
I can't do that yet.
Bites the dust. What is it?
Huh?
Yeah! He hardly put up a fight. Too easy.
Kill.
Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Too easy. Yeah! What is it? And what now?
Kill.
Yeah! He hardly put up a fight. Yes? What is it? He hardly put up
There are too many of them!
The side door in the workshop. It's our only chance.
As good as done.
Damn. The first 20 are mine!
You have come far, but this is far enough. Give me the artifacts and the books you stole in Greenglade, and I'll set you free.
What have you done to the other Magi? Your famulus told us some cock and bull story about you forcing them and their famuli to go to Parista and then murdering them.
I did what had to be done to protect Girdlegard. I wish there had been another way. But they would never have understood.
Do your eyes deceive you, or do you really see a brief moment of real regret on the swollen face of the Magus?
What's with the artifacts and the books?
They belong to me. Lord Yonan was supposed to bring them to Porista, but forgot them. So, I came to pick them up. That's all you need to know.
You wanting my rucksack is enough reason for me not to give it to you.
I don't need your consent. Look after the rucksack. If you lose it, you will also lose your life. Go back to your realm, dwarves, and let your king know that I need his land. Either he hands it over without a drop of blood being spilt, or my troops and allies take it by force. You can take this one with you. I have no use for him.
Invisible wizard hath my ass.
Look.
Let me handle her. Kill the dwarves.
The rucksack! The artifacts! If he wants them so badly, they might be the key to his... There's the orc!
What a waste of soul.
Right.
And I didn't even take off my gloves.
On my way!
What a waste of time.
I have order! Give me your hands!
All right! Bite the dust!
The rucksack!
There's...
What a waste of time.
He hardly put up a fight! What is it?
And I didn't even take off my gloves.
Ow! Hey! He hardly put up a fight!
On my way! Who's next?
And again! And why did he go over here? Quickly!
Who's next? You very hard!
The rucksack!
What a waste of time. No chance. And I didn't even take off my gloves.
I've got the rucksack!
Let's get out of here. Over the bridge.
What is it?
On my way!
Of course!
On my way!
No chance.
Let's go.
And what now?
Yes!
I didn't even take off my gloves.
I need help over here. Quickly.
Too easy!
And what now?
Let's get out of here.
Retreat? We should fight on!
We would die. Perhaps you've noticed that Nodon has risen again, headless. He is more powerful than the Perished Land itself, but the key to his destruction is in here.
We will return to the Secondlings and tell them what the...
If we may...
Then let him... That was fun. What's next?
We are both very sorry.
He told...
Ha! That's what I call a goodly challenge. Cover me.
Not a good idea if you want to go on living, dwarf.
You've got quite a big mouth for someone who sounds like a girl.
You are Andikai, the Tempestuous, right?
Correct. And you are Tungdil, Lot Yonan's charge.
Your companion?
Yeah.
Boind.
Honourable Maid.
Andikai looks at you in silence.
What happened?
Nude. I cut him.
How did you...
Jerun.
And...
When...
It was you.
And...
Not on...
And... But my...
What will you...
Leave.
Fool!
You're on your...
We'll need all...
The maid.
May I... Is that all?
There must...
Possibly...
It would seem that one of the armies who've been following you since Lot Yonan's vaults has caught up with you. You can even smell the rancid grease the orcs use on their weapons. You have put out a plate of food for the night. Andikai is sitting not far from... She looks...
Yours is...
Instead, disgruntled. The army is too big for you, and even if you could defeat them, the battle would take up... In the afternoon, with the sun low in the sky, about a...